What's going on, everybody? Johan Francis, Coach Johan, CSCS.com. Day number 2 of our nutrition masterclass starts right now. We're talking about binging, protein, and more. What is that more? More could be protein timing, protein supplements, adding mass. In fact, that's what exactly it is. I just gave it away. So remember that changing our metabolism has to do with how frequently we're gaining or losing weight. When we're talking about being active inside the gym, we're adding mass. So we might be losing weight, but we're 100% adding mass. I can't think of a time where I actually wanted you guys to lose lean body mass. So we're adding mass. The theme of today is going to be our metabolism shifting, but we're going to focus a little bit on binging. But before we get there, we need to understand that our metabolism is simply a transaction where you're either richer or poorer calorie-wise at the end of the day. Now, if it's money currency, you always want to be richer, but if your metabolism is going, poorer might be good, if you're trying to lose body fat. So all the net reactions, some of which is lost in heat, mean you're either going to be more or less weight at the end of the day because of metabolism. That's right. And as you work out more, you're adding lean mass, so your metabolism actually goes up. Until you guys crash it by binging. And I say that because most of you will be on some sort of battle arena with the idea of binging, like it or not. You work, ideally, like early in the day, and then you have a little time for lunch. They always give you lunchtime, right? You don't have to be unionized to get lunch hours. That's just normal. This is what we do here. We get lunch. Maybe if you're up on game, you'll sneak in another type of snack. But most of us will rush through those first 2 or 3 eating moments and just get right to the good stuff, binging. And at the end of the day, binging is you're just hungry, so you're piling on everything on your plate. You didn't eat lunch that well. You didn't enjoy any of it. You basically snorted it, inhaled it, didn't chew, didn't enjoy it, didn't mindfully eat. And what happens is, as we push through the background, what happens is you end up just eating everything in sight. Because you're eating everything in sight, well, your metabolism slowed, and now you're binging. All right, and take your pick. If you like to put the E in binging or not, let me know. But most of you do it. Not put the E. Most of you guys binge. Most of you after a workout. All right, this is how we stop ourselves from binging. So after a workout, we've definitely blown out glycogen. So you want to replenish that. I can't really think of, so like if you're going to go do some cardio, you're out running, and that's all you do. You're just a runner. You have running shoes, running shorts, running socks, running shirt, running headband, whatever. You probably aren't blowing out a ton of muscle glycogen. So your dinners are going to be way different. Your post-workouts are going to be way different. But for most of us, if we're lifting weights in some capacity in the gym, what's going to happen is your local muscle glycogen, whatever the working muscles were, are depleted. You want to replete that. Especially if you're doing anaerobics, heavy lifting, 5x5s, because not 4x6, God forbid, not 3x7, 5. You guys love 5. So we're going to replenish glycogen. We're going to get our protein in. The orders have to do with your size, and that's after your workout, before you're getting your pre-workout as a snack. And here's a general rule or guideline. I was going to say glue, but here's a guideline for you, right? Simple sugars before your cardio. Less simple sugars. Fruits. Pretty much just fruits, right? Sucrose, fruits. Less of those after your weight training, in orders of about 100 calories. Okay? Take in about 50 calories of protein or so after 50 calories. If I'm doing my math correctly, maybe that's 10-ish grams on average after minimum. This is right after. And that's going to be, about 150 to 250 calories. Sorry, that's before. Take in this protein before. We'll talk about after later. Before. Scratch that. Before. Take this in. All right. And it's going to total 120 calories. Now, protein timing. We all think that right after our workout, there's like this window. I got to get in my protein. If I don't, the window closes and it's all bad. Well, not necessarily false, but also doesn't matter. So if you get protein in your diet 2 hours after your workout, you're good. You're good. You didn't lose. You didn't miss out. You're not going to absorb too much less. The uptake might be a little slower, but we're optimum to take it right after that workout. There is a little bit of a window where we have, maximum catalysts, protein catalysts that are ready for the uptake of amino acids. So we are going to take a tiny bit of time and talk about it, okay? Protein timing doesn't mean much. Take your protein after your workout. Contrary, so we're myth busting now. This is good. We're myth busting. You guys believe one thing, I come along and shatter all of that by saying it does not matter when you guys take in your protein. Matters a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, you're eating a lot after your workout. Definitely don't stop eating at 7 p.m. either. When we talk about food and meal timing, that's a myth. The only reason that you'd stop eating after 10:30 is because when you wake up, your stomach maybe didn't totally digest everything and you're going to just wreck your toilet. So your gastric load might be increased in the morning. Other than that, there is a habitual fake reason that people have come up with over time to say, hey, eating after 7 p.m. just isn't great because you're supposed to be thinking about metabolizing what you ate. You're supposed to get all your food in before then. But practically, metabolism wise, your body doesn't know what time it's supposed to stop digesting food. It's silly and restrictive, and that's a diet. Stay away from processing if you can. That's not news. That's something we all know. And the quality of the protein you get from supplements, and we're going to talk about it real quick, doesn't matter. I don't care if you're getting it from micronized whey, regular whey, casein, hemp, rice, soy. It has to do strictly with your eating practices and how much protein you want per meal. I have a whole protein supplement guide on my website. When you eat non-supplements, you want to try to get legumes. You want to be eating your lean meats and your legumes. You want to be eating whole wheats and your legumes, some meat, to get what? Complete proteins that can have all of your amino acids in them. All of your amino acids. That'll be a complete protein. So we are going to talk about it. Supplements. So I've had 60-year-old women ask me what brand of creatine she should buy. And I looked at her dead in the eye and I said, Muscle Farm, or whatever it was, Crealkaline, because everybody is aware these things exist, and to deny their existence is silly. Once upon a time, it's like blasphemy if you suggest that you should take protein powder. Now, for me, if you guys ask me which one, I'm going to analyze what you do, and I'm going to come to a decision, and I'm going to come to an adult professional decision as an adult and a professional and say, yeah, I think you're ready. Padawan, young neophyte, go ahead and take your protein powder. Go ahead, and before I even get there, I'll say, yes, you're ready for that endeavor. All right, so let's just say you're ready. I'm going to always tell you should be taking amino acids. Again, this is after I've looked at your eating. I know you're drinking seaweed, for example, in your smoothies, and you need more. You're taking in salads every day. You're not light on the garbanzo beans, the pumpkin seeds, those veggie sources of protein that are really high. You're not purposely trying to just eat meat in some silly, stupid carnivore diet endeavor. You're doing all the right things. I've analyzed this, and you're still looking for gains. Now we can talk about aminos first and maybe protein powder later on. We do talk about it. We don't brush it under the rug. We don't walk around like It doesn't exist because I can't see it. Real coaches, real nutrition heads, real athletes, real weekend warriors, real gymmers know it exists. And yes, the market is gimmicky. The industry is gimmicky. Sometimes it seems like it's a bunch of snake oil. It still exists, and lots of people use them. So here's how to do it right. Actually, go to the website, coachjohannscscs.com. I have a whole guide. I have a bunch of videos there. Go check that out. And also check this out right here. We're talking about the Eventbrite March 31st. The Nutrition Masterclass continues onward. Sign up right here, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.